Hi, hello, hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Just the Tips. Today is a special episode, very funny and coincidental. So today is just me. My usual co-host is not here. And I have two lovely guests, the jelly-filled girls. This is a special show, so it was kind of funny when he said he couldn't come. I was like, well, I don't want you there anyway because we have lesbians on the show. Why would I want to bring a man, husband?
Hey, works for us.
You know, what if they don't like me anymore because I have an H word?
That's all good.
So yeah, this is like the girls episode, just us and you, Brian. You're a lesbian too now.
I do appreciate a good box.
By association, immediately.
Yeah. and it's Pride weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's
Could not align
awesome.
better.
Yeah, Pride weekend in New York. I mean, I guess it's been Pride month. So you guys are here, and that's
Thanks
awesome.
for having us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. What an honor.
Yeah.
We freaking love your podcast.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Thank you. That
You're
means,
freaking
means
hilarious.
a lot to me. Oh, well, I'm so happy to have you on. So for those of you who don't know, the jelly-filled girls, they are an IRL couple. Married. You guys recently got married, right?
We did. Yes. Just a couple months ago after almost 10 years together.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. And you know, and they do dirty things on the internet.
Very dirty.
And they don't show their faces. So that's why they're in these cool masks. And these are you always wear these masks now, right?
We only wear these for public appearances, but in our actual content, we either like crop or blur, so there's no masks in our content.
Very tastefully.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a magical editor.
Thank you,
Makes
baby.
it not distracting and just tasteful and beautiful.
Yeah.
Aw.
I try to make it the least distracting possible for the viewer.
Yeah.
We've never had any complaints, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the mystery is
It-
sexy,
Right?
you know?
We get that all the time because people can imagine whoever they want. There's no, facial expressions that could be distracting to some people. It's kind of just almost liberating for the viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe the viewer, I feel like you must bring it out of people who are like, maybe we should do this. You know what I mean? You kind of
we've
make it
gotten
like
a lot of messages.
all the
like
time.
an option, right?
Totally.
You know,
All the time.
and there's something where people just feel safer if they're not showing their eyes. But I think it's cool because I think porn, we're used to everybody showing so much, so I think you manage to kind of leave a little mystery, and it's very hard to keep any mystery at all.
Absolutely.
When you're showing people every single part of your body.
But what's nice, it's the fact that we hide our faces, it leaves a little something for us as well to enjoy as a couple, it's the only thing that we don't show, so we get to keep that for ourselves. So that makes it really great for us on a
I
personal
hear you
level.
enjoying it a lot when you're editing it.
I do enjoy it. I do need to take a couple of breaks sometimes to relieve some tension, but it only means that we're doing something right.
Yeah.
That's all.
No, it's important if you can't get yourself off,
Exactly.
So how, I met you guys, last year at the PornHub, PornHub booth. Yeah, at the XBiz Miami convention,
Right.
where I was at the PornHub booth.
Yeah.
I think you guys had different masks on because it was like Miami and it was hot outside, or maybe.
I think we were just wearing sunglasses.
Were you wearing sunglasses? Was
Yeah.
that it? Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
were they big sunglasses? I don't remember.
They're big, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just it gets so fucking hot
Yeah,
with these
yeah,
masks
yeah.
in the Miami heat. So we're just like, you know what? We're surrounded by creators.
Right.
I don't think they're on a mission to fuck us over or fuck over other creators. So I think we should be, we just feel safer in that environment to show just a little bit more. But just in case, we conceal with some glasses. And we're good to go.
And everybody was wearing sunglasses.
Exactly.
So we didn't look weird.
And I didn't know anything about you guys. And then I started following, and here we are. But I actually don't know very much about your career as one. And wait, first of all, the funny thing is, Brian was outside. I was a little bit late today because I guess Joe Biden is in town, and he makes everybody run late. When the president's in town. Yeah, I couldn't cross the street He takes up the whole street, you know. Anyway, I was a little bit late today, and you guys were here, and Brian was like, "Oh, I was like, hey, can you make sure to let them in?" And he said, "What are their names?" And I was like, I know, I don't. And I've talked to you guys for a little while now, you know, because we're in like a group text, you know.
Yes. And you have no idea who's texting you,
right?
Because
you text me from one phone number,
right?
So I don't know who I'm talking to, and it's only I've talked to you guys on the Instagram account,
right?
So yeah, you guys are.
What can I say? We just enjoy the mystery all across the board, you know.
One person, and then for a moment I was like, I
have no idea who the fuck I'm talking to.
They're the jelly-filled girls. So what are your names individually?
I'm Alessia.
And I am Sasha.
Okay. Just only first names.
Yeah, stage names.
That's your stage names as like Madonna stage name. Belladonna.
Pretty much. In the beginning when we started, we just started off as the Jellyfilled Girls, and then there's so many people that were like, okay, but we need to, we
like
want
the
to.
The tall one and the short one with the nice ass.
Yeah, they were like, can you give us names? Because we want to, when they comment, they want to refer to one of us or the other, and they were just like, we need a name, guys. Like, you guys need to come up with a name because we want to reference you somehow individually, and so we just came up with.
But what, I mean, do you guys say each other's names when you're fucking?
No.
We say baby, we say I love you, we say babe, but not.
You don't
like,
really say names.
No, really. No. I mean, it hasn't happened, but I'm not opposed to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know with my husband, you know, because he has a silly stage name.
Yes.
Small hands. And once it started to become a thing, like it was the first time, like during a scene where a girl was like, fuck me, small hands, and everybody had to stop and like they were laughing, you know, and it was like this very serious, intense scene, and then he was like, you could just call me Aaron when we're fine, like, you know.
I've always been so curious. Does he have small hands?
No, he does have small hands.
I didn't think they look small.
No, they are
if
small,
he was here,
actually.
I was gonna like.
I know, they are actually really small.
Is that where the name came from?
Yeah. It kind of started off as a joke. And the joke went really far. We weren't expecting it to.
Very creative.
Yeah,
it definitely sticks.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it just made me think, you know, that's when that's when he had to kind of pick a different name. Was like, okay, you know, I'm doing all these. He was doing all these like serious scenes, you know, and the girls like have to say something. But I guess with a couple, it's a little bit different. You don't always say the name
for sure
of the person. But anyway, that was a side story. So how did you guys get started? I don't know anything about your story.
How did you? 2019.
Okay,
so we're over 5 years now.
Over 5 years. I mean, so basically how we started was really strange. I was taking a shower one day, and then I just had a fucking shower thought that, you know, it just...
How long had you guys, if you don't mind me asking, how long were you guys together before this shower happened? How long were you together before you took a shower? You're like,
4 or 5 years, actually.
Yeah. Like,
talk about real love.
I decided to take a shower.
There you go.
So you're together for 5 years. It's just a regular day.
Regular day in the shower.
Living together.
Living together and everything. And then in one of those showers, I just had a random ass idea that dawned on me, and I was just like, wait a minute, all this no-face porn that we're watching.
So you were watching other no-face porn?
Yes, specifically No-Face Girl at the time.
Yeah, there's No-Face Girl, there's Leo Lulu.
Yeah.
So those were the two biggest ones.
Those are honestly the only two that I know of.
Yeah, that most
so
people
No-Face Girl, she cams like alone, right? She doesn't fuck
cam.
people.
No,
she doesn't
her and her boyfriend.
Just her and her boyfriend.
Oh, is it?
Leo Lulu, it's kind of the same thing, yeah.
Oh, I think it's... Okay, maybe I was thinking of a different one. Or did she start off camming alone? Maybe there's... two No-Face
I think
girls.
they really started together as a unit, like as a couple.
Okay. Who was the girl that had a hamburger face?
Oh God,
no clue.
I have no idea.
Okay, there was a girl. She used to webcam. It'll come to me later. Anyway, she always wore this hamburger mask, and she would do like,
you're like hamburger.
Forget it. Yeah, never mind. Okay,
I love
keep
the creativity.
going. Yeah. So you were watching. For fun, like
just for my own pleasure.
For your own pleasure.
Both of us were watching like no-face porn just because we felt drawn to the idea that the mystery, like we spoke about, the fact that we don't get distracted by the face or whatever. And then I was like, wait a minute, these people they're just like regular ass people just walking the face of the earth, making a killing, not showing their faces, and just like doing porn. And I was like, I feel like we could do that, babe. And I was like, I have the equipment. I have the editing know-how. Why not just give it a shot?
Like a videographer? Did you do a lot of...
She studied that.
I actually studied in film studies.
Okay.
And so I had a little bit of knowledge on editing, and I've always been very drawn to just creative work in that realm in general. So I've always wanted to do something with that. And then that idea just popped up, and I brought it up to Alessia, and I was like, babe.
You were wondering also, like, are they making money?
Yeah, I was like, are they making money? Or my whole life, I thought they were just like paid actors doing mainstream porn, but like, and they were just on a gig or something of no face, or I thought it was a whole...
Yeah, I mean,
don't know how to explain it, but I really
could
thought...
see why you would think that way. I mean, most people don't know the difference between what...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that amateur porn was a thing, that you can just record yourself from home. Like, I had no idea that even was... that even existed at the time.
It wasn't
right, and you
then.
didn't know, like, you could make it from home and then get paid.
Exactly.
Right, and monetize it. I know what you mean.
Right.
Yeah, especially because everything is on PornHub.
Right.
I could see how you wouldn't... Why would you see the big difference between one Pornhub video and another Pornhub video?
Exactly. And like you said, babe, no one ever spoke about it. And if they weren't like paid actors, in my mind, I was like, well, they're just kinky and they're just posting themselves and that's it. I didn't think any money was made out of that. So I was just, I was like, babe, like, let's look into it. Let's see if like these people actually make a living off of this. Cause like, I feel like we can do this if they are. So she looked into it. She dug deep. She did the research, and she was like, babe, like, they're actually making good money out of this. And I was like, well, fuck, let's give it a go. And she was like, really? It's like, yeah, let's try. What are we going to lose, And then we just went for it. And
so you specifically did model yourself after the no face people.
Yeah, basically they inspired us.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah, we couldn't, like, because we're they're no face too. But they were doing like a lot of like handheld, and you
like
wanted
POV
to
stuff.
They were doing all mostly POV, and you were like, let's do things differently. Like, I want to kind of go more from like the female sapphic gaze. So
it is different when you don't have a penis.
Yeah,
you're not dealing with a penis.
And like, I feel
it's
like
different.
they want to show the man less,
Exactly. Yeah. Well, as somebody who, I was a director for a very long time. Yeah. Epic. So filming girl porn was, was always different. Like when you were filming boy girl porn, the goal was to get the penis
and the woman
and the entire girl. That was always the shot. You know what I mean? But then when it was girl porn, you know what I mean? It was everything. Like, then you want to go back because you want to see
all the titties.
You want to see that. Yeah. You want to see everything. But people in porn don't like a wide shot all the time. They want to see close up. So it was actually a complicated thing, because it really is completely different when you, and look, and penises, like, they stick up, it's a whole other thing. Just what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
The angles.
Systematically. Whatever.
The technicality is different.
Yes. It really just is different. And like what you're showing off, and you might occasionally want to show a guy's face, maybe. But the majority, it's like the guy is just a penis, really.
Yeah, they're there for the chicks.
80% of his body is like not that important. Right. Maybe you get like a few, whatever. When you pan back, you see it. But so it's a whole other thing.
Absolutely.
Filming no face lesbian porn.
And what's really unique with us is that we actually cater to female audiences, specifically queer female audiences. So the gay ladies,
they want to see it all.
They want to see it all. They want to see like the whole, both women. They want to see the connection, the chemistry, the passion, the love between both women. And it's harder to show when you're doing like a POV shot, because then you're Xing out one person completely.
Completely, yeah.
But we still do it sometimes because it feels very intimate.
I actually love POV.
I love it too.
But wait, if you can't show your... but no, because you don't fuck while you're wearing a mask.
No. We blur.
You blur. Okay, you blur.
But we blur from the nose up. So the mouth is fully visible, and you could see everything that we're doing with our mouths. You can see the kisses, you can see the tongue, the lips, everything is there. We just obscure the nose and the eyes, and we keep the hair and everything. So it's very much like just the part of our face that just basically reveals our identity is concealed. Everything else shows.
Okay.
So they can still feel...
Lulu, I can't think of do they just mostly crop? They don't blur?
So they don't.
No, they do a bit of blurring.
They do a bit of blurring?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They
I guess
do a lot of
don't-
pans.
yeah.
They crop, but they don't show. They also use their hair to kind of conceal
Yeah.
their features sometimes.
Right.
I think
right,
I think they show a little bit more features than we
They've
do.
definitely mastered their domain.
for sure.
Yeah, they're so great.
Yeah.
Their videos are so beautiful, like the
They're very
colors and
The
the
lighting.
They're beautiful,
plants, the
people.
lighting,
Aesthetic.
like oh,
Yeah, I don't really know. They're in very good shape.
They're
they
very
are
nice.
incredible shape.
Too good. Yeah. I can't watch that part. Yeah, you guys are too
hot.
You guys are too hot.
Just calm down.
Like calm the fuck down.
Not
there.
making me feel good. You're making me feel bad. I just
in
wanna
the
look-
best way.
in the best way, but they're very hot and they
Yes.
make
Yes.
hot porn. But
Yes.
anyway, we're talking about you guys.
Yeah.
But okay, so you shoot like close POVs, but then you'll do blurring. Okay, but back to your story. So you were in the shower, you looked into it, and you both had, and you don't have to say what it is. You both, I'm assuming, had regular jobs.
Yeah, regular
did, yeah.
jobs,
Yeah,
living
yeah.
paycheck to paycheck. Like
Were you working from home, or were you working
No,
like you
we
were
were-
going to?
we
You were
were
going,
working
so you were
customer
reporting to
service.
work every day.
Oh my God, yeah,
the
it
same
sucked.
job or different jobs?
different jobs.
Different job. Okay,
Yeah.
And we were
Okay.
like living
corporate
paycheck
lesbians.
to paycheck.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Corporate lesbians.
Yeah. Just like couldn't save for our future. Like this
It was
was
hard.
one of the main reasons we were like, maybe, we can make enough money to get like a down payment on a house and then like see what happens,
No, it-
Yeah.
something
corporate-
just to help us out.
We really didn't think that this would turn into like our entire careers, honestly. Like we
No,
just
I
thought,
get it.
you know what, like living paycheck to paycheck, like how the fuck are we gonna save for like a future, a house, anything? And we're like, we need a little side something, a side
Right.
gig or whatever. And then when we looked into it, I was like, well, maybe this could be like a side thing that could help us then
Yeah.
grow on an individual personal level and build our future just for a bit, and then we could stop, but then when we posted our first video ever,
And where did you post your first? Was it on
Pornhub.
Was it on Pornhub? Okay.
yeah, Pornhub, yeah, we went for it, like we shot our first video and we're like, let's just be genuine and authentic and just ourselves and just put a camera, turn it on and just film it as it is and post it and see what happens. We're not going to show our face anyway, so what do we have to lose? So we did that.
And that's a ballsy place to do your first porn. You know what I mean? Because
It
like if
is.
you do it on OnlyFans now, I mean,
Right.
the
I
good news
hadn't-
is
yeah.
almost no one could see it, and the bad news is almost like I try to explain to people like if you
Yeah.
don't have fans,
You need
no
some
one
sort of
will see it.
traffic.
You need
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People need to know about you before.
I know. I'm like, it's
yeah.
called OnlyFans.
Exactly.
You know,
They need to
I
become a
didn't
fan.
even
yeah,
know
that
of
you
it,
need
actually.
fans. What?
I didn't know it existed like
Me
at that
neither.
time.
It wasn't very big
No,
at the
right?
time. Yeah, it was. I mean,
Pornhub
it
was
existed.
huge.
Yeah, Pornhub was. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pornhub was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it still is. But okay, so you put your first video
Right.
on Pornhub, and it
Yeah.
and
It
did-
took off like
yeah, Pornhub. Like I
crazy.
feel like it's like. It could take off
like-
overnight. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
like a TikTok in
yeah.
that sense.
Within
you know?
Yeah.
literally like less than a month, the video hit over 1 million views.
That's great.
And then people were just like hungry for more. They were like, holy
Did you
shit.
even have like an Instagram page for you guys?
Not
or anything?
even.
It's like
Yet.
there was nowhere. That it
Nothing.
was that probably was so exciting for people because every porn
Yeah.
girl is on the internet 24/7,
Right.
being like, "Here is where to find me.
Right.
Here's me, and here's me, and if you like this, click here and see more, and click here and see more." And here, people are like, where do I see more? And they don't even know where to go. And you're like, I don't know. I'm at work at my, I'm like, you're not even like realizing what's
No. going
on. Like your
Exactly.
career is like growing and you
Right.
didn't even know.
We had no
Yeah.
idea. I was literally like at my job. I remember opening Pornhub and be like, holy fuck, we just hit 1 million views. Jesus Christ. And I was like, wow. Like I'm like
you're like,
hot
so
on
can I-
Pornhub.
yeah,
like and
so-
nobody knows. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then people were just, they had never seen two women literally being so in love and so genuine and authentic with each other. And they were just like, we need more. Like, you cannot stop here. You need to give us more. This is what we've always been searching for. And like the ladies just like
That's
came
so
in hot,
great.
like all the women, you know?
That's
Yeah.
They were
really
just like,
great.
and we say like, I love you and our content and everything. And that's just like unheard of. Like people, it's a rare thing.
And that's a rare special market.
yeah.
You know,
for
and
sure.
I'm envious because I have tried for that before because I feel like that's my like friend group, you know, like
Right.
I don't know, like I guess I just, when I first started making porn, I think because I ran with the queers, lesbians, you know, like drag queens and like gays and lesbians and I don't know, and trans women and I don't know, being from New York, that's just like, I don't know, that was kind of my group, you know, niche, and then like I started making porn and I don't know, I guess I just always thought I would very much be in that space. And I don't know, it wound up being like, I guess the mainstream wound up kind of, I don't know, but it was a very different time.
Yeah, it was.
But I did, was. So I mean, we're not here to talk about me, but I will specifically say, I shot a lot of boy-girl porn. And then I do remember when I was like, okay, let's shoot girl porn. And I love women. I love having sex with women. Having sex with women is like special to me. Okay. You know, it's, so I remember when I directed a few different like girl movies, I put like so much extra love and care into the casting and the outfits and the makeup. But, you know, once again, I guess when you're doing that, it takes away some of the genuineness because there were, you know, whatever. These were produced movies and they weren't real couples. It was a whole different thing. Yeah. But, I don't know. It didn't really hit. And I guess like again and again, I kind of kept finding that. And look, this was back in the DVD day. People kept telling me, and the people who distributed and sold lesbian porn, or a lot of the stores that were very like, you know, had lesbian consumers. Yeah. They were like, tattooed girls just don't really do well, which I found so strange. And I was like, but weird. If you go to a lesbian bar, everyone has tattooed. I'm like, what is this like bizarre universe that like, you know, maybe they wanted to see people that didn't look like them. Maybe they thought it was, but I started to notice that over the years. And when I talked to other directors who directed lesbian porn, you know, they would all say the same thing, you know,
because like I think heavily, it's because men are buying the content. They want like delicate looking women, perhaps. Like,
exactly. Like so that. I don't know. It just wound up being a thing where it was like sort of a known thing. Like tattooed girls don't really like.
It's a whole market right now, though.
Yeah.
No, totally. But like, I mean, it's definitely a whole market, but it wasn't hitting with girl. Oh, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was like people just associated tattooed girls with like. And I sometimes wonder if it's my fault with like being filthy whores and doing anal and stuff like that. You know, I think I set a standard. You know, I don't know if it's my fault, but I'm like, I like doing that, but I really like eating vagina too. You know, but
yeah, one doesn't negate the other. I can do both.
I mean, I do whatever, but it's fine. That's me. But I will say, I do know that men are much easier to please than women, and you know, and I think the lesbian queer community, I mean, they're going to be very particular about which porn that they watch because they want stuff that's made for them. That, you know,
exactly. And you know what they want? I think the reason why we actually became quite appealing to that market is we were able to give them something that they can really relate to. Like the queer women would watch our stuff and be like, "Holy shit, this is how I have sex with my wife." You know, like this is very much, I can relate to this. This feels real to me. This is exactly, you know, the way that I'm intimate. And so I think once they really see themselves in your content, they really grip onto that because it's so rare. But I think, I don't know if this is controversial to say, but I think that gay women are very protective over the creator that they choose to consume, if I can say that. So I think that maybe what happened with you is because you shot with, you know, different genders, they were like, well, you're not gay enough.
You're not gay. I get it. Maybe. I totally get it. You know, I'm a disappointment.
No, you're not. You're so not. But unfortunately, there are some, you know.
Hey, look, you know, but I get it. And as well they should be. Like, why would a lesbian want to, you know, want to jerk off to someone who they saw suck a dick right before? That's not, you know, why would they want to do that?
Like I've
get
seen
it.
a dick enter your mouth, and so
Yeah.
you are,
Yeah, I'm
blacklisted to me.
Yeah. Ew. Are you guys, so what type of, I've never actually watched one of your like full videos. I've seen like little clips, and
Right.
a lot of the pictures and the promos and stuff. So are you guys, do you use toys very much?
yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, we use toys. We use strap-ons.
Who usually wears the strap?
We mix and match, but I would say a little bit more me.
Okay.
Yeah. We go
I
through
get it.
phases.
You know what? I was going to guess that.
Oh, really?
Guess that, yeah.
Yeah, but every once in a while, I love my.
You like getting
Do you
railed.
use it?
Yeah.
Did you use the strap a lot beforehand?
Yes,
because I would
absolutely.
wonder
Yeah,
when
we've
I would
always
do,
had,
I have done a good amount of like strap-on porn, and
Yeah.
I'd always be like, do lesbians really use these? Like,
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
super.
Like a lot. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Personally, it's my favorite way of fucking.
is it
Yeah, for real.
receiving or giving?
Honestly, I'm super versatile. I love both equally, but I love receiving strap and using toys at the same time. Like that's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
She goes through phases where she like most of the time she likes to give, but she'll go through phases sometimes where you're like
Every once in a while,
I need to get a
just fuck my shit up.
good
like,
railing,
Yeah, I
and I'm happy to do it.
I used to really like receiving, and because I have tattoos, because of the way I look, and I think also because people knew me as like a director and
Right.
the boss. Everybody wanted to see me wear the strap on,
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So at a certain point, it was getting asked so much. I was like, okay, I gotta figure out how to do this.
Right. It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
We underestimate,
It
like-
is hard, but when you get it,
Oh, yeah.
like I felt like once I did it, I was like,
Got the hang of
yeah,
it.
the power.
I know,
Yeah.
right? It is such a power move.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm invincible when I have the strap, and
you feel, you're like, oh wow, this is how people with a penis feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a real thing. Like
yeah, it really is.
Envy.
Yes, like, but you really do have that big dick energy.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
put it on,
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
and it's fun.
I know.
it's really fun.
It's crazy. I wish so much sometimes when I'm like really into it and the girls loving it and enjoying it, whatever. I'm just like, I wish I could fucking feel what's happening down there. Like for me, you know?
Yeah,
Like, I just-
I
damn
get it,
I
but
know.
Penis envy
but
though.
you like feel it in a different way.
Absolutely.
You know, like even though the
Yeah.
nerve endings aren't there, it's like your
Absolutely.
body feels it. And,
Yeah.
You know, and it's fun.
You know
And
what
you
we
can
do
add some
sometimes?
toy.
Yeah. Tell
we
her
have,
about the
like-
love-ins.
Yeah, you know what Love-ins is, right? It's like that popular toy you put inside you and it's connected to your phone and you like vibrate.
Yes,
one
yeah,
of those. So like I'll put it inside me while I'm wearing the strap on and pleasuring her. So I'm being pleasured at the same time. And like when you thrust, you're kind of flexing your pussy, you know? So like each thrust, you're like, fuck, I'm feeling this too. Like this is amazing. So
It's as close as we
that's a
can
great
get to
tip.
feeling the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I've come while
close.
fucking you and you're coming. Like we've come at the same time.
That's
while
so
I'm getting a strap on. Yeah.
cool. Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun. And then I know there's other ones that like fans can control, you know, whatever.
Oh shit, fans?
Yeah, there is one. I've used it before. That you like put
For
you
like
wear-
camming?
Yeah.
I
That
think
they
I've
can.
seen that.
Yeah, that a fan can control the thing on the other side.
Right.
It's like a
So
certain toy you can use, and they can like do stuff.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Everything exists.
I know.
As
That's
well.
crazy. I guess why would you guys need that? If you met and you were in a long distance relationship or something. I
Yeah.
know that's like popular.
Right.
That's like what it was meant for.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
At first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were there, then your shit took off. I'm gonna guess
Yeah.
what then it was 2020 and you guys were home. You're like, we could fuck.
Yes.
Like, we could fuck more.
Yeah. It was
Yep.
it was crazy because it everything happened at the perfect timing. Like it was when COVID hit,
Yeah, before the pandemic.
right before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, and then it just like took off even more because people were always home jerking off, right? So that pretty much what like blew us up even more, and it's literally been our
Yeah,
career ever since.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're just
our
like we dropped
personal
our
jobs went like this, and then our like porn jobs went like that. So we were like, okay, like this is kind of like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
We're gonna put more energy into this, and then it like just turned into our like full income, like
Yeah.
full
Is
time.
It's our livelihood now.
is your main platform still Pornhub, or is it Pornhub OnlyFans, or is it? Do you do a little of everything?
Mainly OnlyFans.
Mainly OnlyFans.
Yeah, we
I think
have,
everybody
we're kind of sprinkled around. We got Pornhub, OnlyFans, Fansly, Loyal Fans.
Oh, so you do all of them?
yeah, and we're actually launching our own in a couple of weeks.
You are?
Yeah, we
Our own
built
website.
our own platform.
What?
Our
Yeah.
subscription platform, yeah. So
We're-
that we cut
we're
the middleman
tired.
out.
Do you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Oh yeah, we're just tired of people taking $20 20% of everything you make.
It's too much. Even of your tips, man. Like,
Even
fuck
your
off
tips,
with your
like,
tips. Like, it's
everything.
just like, take 20% of my, you know,
Are you like
subscription. That's
a
fine.
programmer, or did you team up with someone?
Oh, we got someone to help us build it. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty big, exciting
It's
stuff.
been like 2 years in the making.
wow. No, I know that's
It's hard,
very
yeah.
complex.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
it was one hell of a
Yeah.
project for sure. But we just want to cut the middleman out because we're just tired of having such huge chunks of our income just like literally.
Yeah. And also, you
disappear
never
because
know
of it.
when OnlyFans again is going to be like, hey, you know, well, fuck all you guys again, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You
That's
never
why
know,
we
so
branched
we
out
wanted
in so
to
many
protect
different places.
ourselves.
We have trust issues now. We're just like, fuck all of these platforms. We're gonna create our own
I know,
just
that
in
was
case.
that one weekend.
That was
The
fucked up.
one weekend.
Yeah.
It was.
How did you handle
like-
it?
I mean, it was. You know, I lived in Los Angeles at the time, and being like in the epicenter of OnlyFans, you know, it's just like. I'm not even joking. Like, I felt a dark cloud. Like,
Buildings
over the
were on
sky.
fire. Like, people were
Yeah.
running naked in the streets.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone was calling me and asking what to do, and I was like, I'm not in charge. I don't know what to do. Like, I think people are just
They see us
you
the
know,
mama bear of the industry.
And I was
That's
like,
so cute.
I don't know what to do. I have nothing to do with this. Like, I don't know what to do. They did. I remember at the time they did say, you know, that it was going to be a few months before they pulled everyone off. Or those of you who
Right.
don't know, there was this one fine day where OnlyFans said all the creators were gonna, they were gonna take porn. You know, weren't gonna be allowed to post porn anymore. And I remember they had like, it was like rumors that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that can't happen. And then there was the day where they announced
Sent
that
the
it was
email.
going to happen.
Yeah.
But I remember it was like August or something, and they said it was gonna like they were gonna put it into, you know,
Into effect.
into
Yeah, like
effect
remove all your
at the end of the
content, so-
year, you know. And I was kind of like, all right, I'm gonna just deal with this later,
Right.
you know. But it was like it made world news.
Yeah.
Everyone I'd ever met was, you know,
Celebrities
I
were
had
talking
friends
about
that
it.
I like hadn't talked to in 10 years. They're like, hey, we just wanted to see if you were okay. You know, it's a huge thing. It was people in my family, you know, who were never even okay with me doing porn in the first place were calling me to ask if I was okay. So I don't know. It's definitely like everyone was on our side, even
Yeah.
people who didn't like porn. People like had this, and I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Do you think
It's
they're gonna
also
do
fresh.
this again?
Yeah, no, I don't think they're
No?
going to do it again. No,
There's mixed
and to be
reviews.
fair, from what I know, you know, and I know a lot of people behind the scenes pretty well. You know, it was never the people at OnlyFans themselves. You know, it was
Right.
like Visa,
Yeah.
MasterCard. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
it wasn't like the evil people at
Yeah, yeah.
OnlyFans. You know what I
Right.
mean? They want sex workers to win. You know, but
Of course. They
it's
had
that
pressure. from
sex
the-
workers can't take.
Exactly.
You know, yeah, but anyway, I think because they went through that, and from what I know, and from like inside, you know, sources talking to people, because they did go through that, they know how to not go through that again. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I
yeah. They
think-
learned their lesson.
Yeah, and I think they worked out whatever they needed to work out, you know, with the big people, whatever happened
Right.
behind those closed doors to change that decision. So
Hey, we get
you
it.
know, whatever.
We
you
get
know?
it because when it was the hardest thing ever to get payment processors.
No,
to
I know.
accept,
Exactly.
You
Oh
know,
my
just to be able to
hoops
get
we
the.
had to jump through.
Yeah, exactly, babe. Like literally,
I've had to do it myself. I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
how much you
No,
know about
like,
me, but I
that
had
was
my
our
own
biggest
company.
struggle.
Yeah, and it was very hard.
Yeah.
To get credit card, you know, processing.
Yeah, let
at
alone
first.
a company of that, you know.
Exactly, and you know that's just the world that we live in. So
Exactly.
I don't think that it will happen again. But you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Sometimes I'm like, well, if it happens again, maybe that really is my time to go. I mean, it's been a good run. You know? Like over 20 years now. It might be just time to leave the party. But, yeah, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna deal with this later. And then I just remember waking up Monday morning because they announced this on a Friday,
Right.
and then I
Right.
remember waking up Monday. I had to leave the house early for a flight, and then I saw on their Twitter, like, just kidding. More or less.
It really felt like I'm just kidding, honestly.
Yeah, and I thought I was still asleep because I woke up
thought it
at
was
like
a
4 a.m. to get ready for a flight. I was like, wait a second, I have to like hold on, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa,
Like,
okay.
who needs coffee?
Yeah, and I
After
was like,
that,
all right,
geez.
well, okay, but yeah, that weekend I felt like everywhere I went, it was like sadness everywhere, like the whole all Los Angeles, everywhere you went, girls were like. Yeah. It was really like everywhere. You could
I'm pretty
feel
sure
it
like 1 out of 5 people is on
everywhere.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, or
Straight
like
up.
they're working for someone who is or something. It was just like a darkness.
It was a dark
this guy,
time.
I mean, I don't know. I was kind of like, I'm just gonna figure this out a little later, but then I
Yeah.
didn't have to figure it out. But anyway,
Perfect. Thank God.
so then you're you're making your own platform. Which
Yes.
is,
Yeah.
I know gonna be that's a lot of work, and
Yeah.
that's very exciting.
Yeah.
So as your career got bigger and you didn't have, regular jobs anymore,
What's
so
your platform called?
oh yeah, what is your platform called?
It's fans.thejellyfillgirls.com.
But we also have our main website, which is www.thejellyfillgirls.com.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's the platform is called the Jellyfilled Girls?
Well, like we have our website where you can see like we sell toys also. We sell
Right.
merch. We sell scrunchies.
Yeah.
okay,
we
wait.
sell-
So,
we
but
have-
it's not a platform that other people will be able to use.
No, we
so you're
could
building your
switch it
own
up.
website.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
you're not
we built
making
a-
like an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
you're
we
making
are.
Your,
We are. It's a website
Oh.
within a website. Give her the whole.
So you log into
lowdown.
the jellyfillgirls.com.
Okay.
You can, learn about us. You could buy toys. You can look at like us in the media, whatever. But then there's this tab that says our premium content. You click on there. Right now it's our OnlyFans, but soon it's going to be switched to the platform that we built, which is a different version of OnlyFans. Our
so
own
does that
version.
platform have a name?
It's what you said before.
Fans.thejellyfillgirls.com. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not 100%
Okay.
ready. Almost ready.
Jelly-filled fans.
Fans.thejellyfillgirls.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
So it's like
That's
a
gonna
website
be-
within a website almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then later people will just log in, they'll have that bookmarked on their phones and they'll just slide right in.
They'll know where to. I mean, you have such a loyal fan base that
do.
they will follow you wherever you go.
We
and
absolutely
that's
do.
that's the
Lovely
key to
ladies.
this. So as you guys got more successful, and as you don't have regular jobs anymore, and you're like, we're in porn. So did you ever have the conversation where you're like, should we show our faces? Like, did you start to think that? Did you ever
Every
think
once
that
in a
maybe? I don't
No.
know.
What do you?
No?
We've spoken about it a couple of times. We're like later, like
Okay, so
not when we're in front of the camera, when we're behind the camera.
yes, so that's exactly where I was hoping you were going with this.
Show them now.
I don't want to give false hopes,
Oh,
but
no.
we don't want to
Oh,
give.
yeah.
So for as long as we're in front of the camera filming ourselves, we just want to keep that aspect of our lives private. But you mentioned that you also direct. That is personally my biggest dream and my aspiration in the future. I would love to direct one day. I would love to be behind the camera and direct other Jelly-Filled Girls to show like, catering to the same audience, but just featuring
I mean, you
other
guys could
people.
totally do that.
Yeah, because I feel like we're in the perfect position to kind of guide other people into the similar footsteps. And it would just be women just like us who share an actual real relationship and chemistry and whatnot featured. And I would just love to, Erica Lust, of course, right?
Yeah.
So I would love to kind of go along the same lines as her. She's really my inspiration, and then but really feature queer women instead, and specifically queer women, and cater to the same audience. And yeah.
Would you
And I
want to
just wanna support
specifically? Oh, I love it. Would you want to specifically direct queer women who are in relationships?
That would, like,
I mean,
Or-
I'm pretty open. I mean, to me, the most important thing is that there is an authentic, genuine connection between the two. Do you know this? Obviously, have you watched Bridgerton?
Yeah.
Okay, I recently became obsessed with that fucking show. Like, it really.
I got
You
it
know,
hooked.
Okay, I feel guilty right now, just like I feel guilty that I have a husband. I feel guilty that I feel guilty I haven't actually watched Bridgerton. I've watched a lot of the like previews and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and I want to watch it. And I have actually, this ties into the husband. I've been waiting for my husband to like leave town for a little bit so I could just binge watch it. Because every time I
Nice.
put it on, he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And,
she used to say that.
I used
but
to
now
say
she's
that.
fucking
Yeah.
hooked.
Dude, you
Okay,
haven't
all
lived.
right, so I
you
need to
haven't
just-
lived. Okay, so
Yeah, I want to watch it. I
Okay,
know
listen,
I'm gonna love it, but I
Listen.
haven't. That is like our time together. We're both very busy people, and then at night we watch TV together and we eat dinner. Whatever. So we're always like kind of watching the same show, and I
Right.
just like
Yeah.
he
Right.
doesn't.
Yeah.
So basically, Bridgerton, for me, the sex scenes of Bridgerton are very,
Yeah.
very famous. So picture a sex scene from Bridgerton. Am I saying it right? Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, you got
Okay.
it.
Bridgerton. No, it's
Bridgerton.
It's hard to
Bridgerton.
pronounce. I feel like I'm
Bridgerton's fine.
Bridgerton. Okay. So fucking Bridgerton, the sex scenes. Look at those and just picture to women instead and showing the body parts. So they're very cinematic and very erotic, but I would love to show. They really do it good.
They do a great job.
I'm
with the
taking
sex
some
scenes,
notes.
yeah.
I'm really taking some notes, and I would love to do the same style, but just featuring women instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my personal
Yeah.
endeavor of the future that I hope
You
to.
have big dreams.
She does, yeah.
Is it achievable though? Do you think? Or
Oh,
am
it's
I-
completely achievable. Yeah, I mean, you're completely.
But
you you actually you operate a camera and stuff, right?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I wonder if you would like it. Look, I basically did everything that you listed in your dream. You know,
Okay.
I think I did your dream like backwards. You know what I mean? Like,
You started as a director?
yeah. I did. I was
wow.
a director for a very long time with my own studio and my own, you know. And now, like, I think back on that stuff, and I'm very proud of everything I've done. I've made very, very big movies.
Nice.
You know, I sold my company in 2019.
Okay.
And now, and people do ask me a lot, like, oh, don't you miss it? Like, do you, are you ever going to direct again? You know, and like shooting in my bedroom with a cell phone, like,
Chilling.
is like so nice and easy. And like,
I can imagine.
but I did I did do it for almost 20 years, you know, like I got, and every idea I've ever had, I've done, you know, I've gotten to like make come to life, you know,
that's
I've
so
gotten
amazing.
to, it's hard, you know, it's hard.
I have
It
no
is
doubt.
so hard.
I have no doubt.
And I think that's also like directing, I think is so difficult. It has made me really never ever get burned out as talent, because to me, like, I'm still
Oh yeah.
like, it's like talent is, I don't want to say the word easy, but it's just
Right.
so much more relaxing and fun than directing. You know what I mean?
The
Directing,
stress
it's
of
very,
everything, yeah.
very stressful. I mean, I would have nightmares sometimes, like, you know, after a movie was over, like I'd wake up in the middle of the night and like, I don't know, have like nightmares that like I missed one of the shots, or like, you know,
Right.
oh my God, we didn't shoot
yeah.
scene 4. I gotta go back to sleep. You know, or like everyone's waiting for me, and or I don't know, like I've had
It's not for everybody.
I've also was directing, you know, a different time. I mean, there were, you know, when footage got damaged, and I mean, I guess the same thing could happen, you know, when footage
Right.
gets lost, footage
Oh,
gets
I've lost
damaged.
It's something that I feel like I want to get out of my system. And
But you could totally do it. And I bet
Yeah.
if you talk to Erica Lust herself, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, she's always hiring other directors. I don't know.
She
I don't know what
is,
she's
but
done. I don't
they
wanna speak
require
for her.
that you show your face and reveal like your full legal name and everything, which
As a director?
they're big. They're
fully transparent.
They're very big
Yeah.
on transparency
Yep.
and the fact
Which is
that porn
awesome.
is not shameful, so you have nothing to hide and all of that, which I totally
Oh.
respect. But we're just not ready for that yet. So even as a director, you have to, you know, be fully transparent with who you are and what you do, which I totally understand and
Honestly,
respect.
I think you should just do it yourself. I mean, you guys
what
have
I'm
built
thinking of
such
how
an
we
empire.
start, yeah.
And also, you could make a movie where, because all those studios, when
Mm-hmm.
they create a movie, the talent walks away. They don't own the movie. You know what I
Right.
mean? I had actually thought of that before. I'm like, oh, because every once in a while I miss making movies, like once in a while. And then I like, you know,
You're over it.
then I'm over it, you know. But whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also know, like, if I came back, it would have to be so big and amazing. Like, you know what I mean? I can't, I'd have to,
Yeah,
like,
you have to,
I'd
like,
have
one
to,
up
I'd
yourself.
have to- yeah. So it's like, it has to be
It's
like
pressure.
amazing or nothing.
Like
you
fuck
know?
on the moon or something.
Exactly. And it's, you know, it's some, you know, if something comes to me one day, I'll do it. But,
Yeah.
yeah, you could. I have thought of it though. I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to make a whole feature? And like, but it's like every girl owns a piece of it. You know, like everybody
Yeah.
can use the content, so it's
Right.
not like a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, what's cool
I think
about
you guys
the-
could. You know, if that, like, what's
We could start
you could
small.
totally do
Yeah.
it.
We
You know,
start small and
Absolutely.
then see, you know, build ourselves up and then see
Yeah.
how we would go about it.
Would you? Let's say, like, if you were directing, would you put her in a movie with someone else? Would you be able to do that?
Would I cast you?
Would you cast you? Yeah. Yeah.
No, because
Or do you picture you guys both behind the scenes?
I mean, I get, you know what? I never really thought of that. That's a really good
you know?
question. But so initially I was the reason why I was sharing that is because you asked about like showing our faces.
Yeah.
At that point, if I take on directing full time and I retire, we retire from showing, like from filming ourselves, at that point, I would have no problem showing my face. Because we
Yeah,
we're
I
doing this.
understand, yeah.
Like I said before, it's not showing
It's an
our face
intimacy
for now.
thing. It's not even like a
Just it's
and you don't have to even really like you just don't want to. I mean, it's fine.
It's
you don't
the
even have to
only
explain
thing.
yourself.
We show enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we show enough, and it's just like it's the one little piece of us that we want to keep to ourselves.
Yeah,
and that's actually a beautiful reason.
Yeah, So,
I had assumed it was like I mean, I maybe at first I assumed it was like because of another job or family or something like that. But then once once it was like your whole life, I didn't know. That's why.
I mean, in the beginning, we were reluctant with like, just not for whatever, whatever our family might think and whatnot. But now we're over it. They all know. Everyone supports. So it's not about that. We're still hiding, even though everybody knows.
It's an intimacy thing between you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really beautiful.
That's really what it is at the end of the day for us now. So I think if we go behind the camera, like I wouldn't feel the need to hide anymore because I mean I still get to keep that intimacy between us off camera anyway. So yeah, that's kind of how I see it. So anyways, going back to your question, if I would show you with another girl,
even without her face, her and I think if you made a whole
she would
porn,
be comfortable, I would be okay with it. I mean, I'm in the room filming her. I have no problem with it, and we have
I
fun.
didn't bring up something uncomfortable.
Not at all.
We've done
I could see that dynamic working. You're the director, and she'd be the talent. She'd be fucking
tell me
someone
what
with a
to
strap
do.
on.
There's nothing uncomfortable about it. We're super open. We like we enjoy other women together sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah. And it's something like we're very open, but like we're pretty much monogamish, I would say, where we do things together with other people, but I don't think we're comfortable separating completely.
No, I mean
that's like the boundary that we.
But you've had
yes,
threesomes, foursomes.
Yeah. No,
I think our fans would have a fucking
and I
heart
actually
attack.
think it's I mean, you guys only fuck each other, but yeah, like
if they were to see her fucking someone else and I'm not there, they'd have a fucking panic attack, man. They'd freak the fuck out.
It would be split.
Maybe, probably be split.
Yeah. I think that
they surprise us sometimes.
I mean, you guys are, if you genuinely enjoyed it and you were part of it, I mean, I think your fans would be able to feel that.
Absolutely.
And see that,
Yeah. Oh, they've come around like, in the beginning, they did not want us to have threesomes. Like,
so
we're like,
wait, have you had threesomes on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, you have? I didn't know that.
We just don't do
collaborate.
it. We just really don't do it often just because.
And wait, did the third girl show her face or
yes.
not?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've shot with Abigail Mack.
Wow.
Yeah, we've shot with
We've
shot with No Face Girl. We've shot with Molly Pills. That's it for now. But we're very, very picky with who we let in, because we want to have a genuine relationship with the person first and just know them a little better.
A friendship, yeah.
Like a little bit of a friendship and some chemistry. And you know how it is in the industry. Everybody says they're super into women, but they're not actually.
I know.
So it's really hard for us to really tell like who's really into chicks and who's not. So it's just been hard for us to find like the right person.
I mean, there are a lot of girls who are really into chicks, but then sometimes, and I get it, I've been guilty of that myself. It's like you just go into this performance mode because it's your default.
And that's exactly what we don't do.
Yeah.
We don't
I know.
perform.
But,
so it's like,
sometimes there are girls you might think, oh, they're not into girls. But it's not that they're not into girls. They're just, their brain is so conditioned to.
But we figure it out even before the filming.
No, I know what you mean. But it would always be a bummer when I would do a girl scene where the girls.
For
it's like,
you feel
how
like
is
you're
a
like
girl?
taking advantage of that.
You feel like a bit of a predator, right? It's like,
first of all, it's
I'm
weird.
having a great
It's
time.
a bummer for me because I'm like, yes, it's a girl
you actually
today.
like chicks,
Like,
so for us, we would feel, honestly, personally, I would feel a bit like a predator to know that I'm fucking someone that is not actually, doesn't actually swing that way. Like I wouldn't be comfortable because I would be fucking enjoying it.
Right.
But like knowing that the person is just putting on an act and I'm enjoying, I don't know, it's just a weird dynamic to me.
It is a weird dynamic.
It's a bit,
I know.
a bit weird.
It's something, when I was a studio work for hire person,
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen it and experienced it all.
But that's kind of part of your job to figure out how to make, and I've definitely had days where, I'd be working with a girl and sometimes it was just like they just weren't into girls. They weren't like opposed to the idea.
Right.
They just never got aroused by another girl. Maybe they didn't have the opportunity. And then, at the end of the scene, they were like, I think I like this.
Oh,
good job.
Sometimes they just didn't have,
Yeah.
And I knew that because I was like attracted to women, but I don't know. I didn't really have many opportunities.
Right.
They weren't the ones, I don't know. I think I wasn't putting the energy out and they weren't coming to me and I don't know.
I think,
I think, it just didn't really happen. So porn was like able to help me like really blossom my lesbian side. And then I felt like I was able to connect with women better.
That's good.
It's like I had to have sex with a handful of women to like put the energy out to, you know what I mean? It's different. It's very different. You know?
I got
it's like I didn't know how to get one.
It's also
I don't know. You wind up becoming their friend, and I don't know. I can't explain.
Yeah, and
it,
then the friend zone or something.
Yeah.
It's also hard for us because like you'll start to have we approach someone that we really find appealing and that we find like really chill and nice and whatever. We get to know them, we like them, they like us back. You know, they tell us that they're into chicks, and then we, start flirting and whatever. And then after that, they kind of just like either when it actually is about to get real, like we're actually starting to set up a collab, they just ghost, or they get cold feet, or they just stop answering, or we've gotten stood up before. Like it's just been
so
really, really.
It's an industry. You should be able to be really straightforward.
It's really heartbreaking for us because we're genuinely so into
and you don't
who
let
we're
that
into.
many people in.
Exactly.
No,
so when it happens, it's just so discouraging.
Now
man.
we're even more picky.
And we're even more picky now because I'm just like, bitch, like
you're also like
you gotta like
waste of time.
For us.
Don't fucking waste our time if you're not actually gonna go follow through with it. Like we're actually gay, we're actually into you, we're actually gonna go through with this collab. If that's scary for you, don't play with us. Like don't play with our feelings because it fucks with us. And we're just like,
people don't realize that like when you do a collab with us, it's not like a collab with one other girl, it's two girls. So
you're letting someone into your relationship.
It's a threesome though. Like just think of it like monetary wise, like you're actually getting a threesome, not like a one-on-one. Like this is gonna be bigger. This is gonna be more successful.
It's even more appealing.
You have access to a fan base that most other people don't have.
Exactly.
I just find it so unfortunate. Like we've been deceived very, very often. So now we're even pickier, and it's hard to know who to trust. It's hard to know who to believe. It's been tough, honestly.
A little bit, yeah.
If I am to be really honest, it's been really tough lately.
It's
Yeah.
But
it's part of it. No industry is perfect, right?
No industry is perfect. And and you guys didn't have that, like, you weren't raised on set where you knew all the trials and tribulations and you heard all the, it was so you didn't really have the experience to navigate this world because
we message a couple of other women in the industry, and we have a couple of mama ducks here and there that we message and we ask questions, and they're so helpful. But for the most part, before we started doing that, before going to XBiz for the first time, it was just all us, and we were just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
but that's amazing.
And then going to XBiz, we've met other women, and we ask them, we text them, or we've FaceTime, we have questions, and they've been so helpful.
Yeah, it's important to have to know people that are much more experienced than you, so they can guide you, warn you, let you know how the game really works. Because in the beginning we were just figuring it all out by ourselves. But we've learned the hard way many times.
Hey, I totally understand
more than once.
I totally get it. I understand. And look, and you guys have just begun. It sounds like you have so many things ahead of you, and you got married. Yes, did you guys have like a big wedding, or
no? We had a small.
Was it a courthouse wedding? Or
no, we actually rented a beach house in Mexico and got married there, and it was just like intimate, like about like 30,
only the real
30
ones.
Something people, just like family and friends.
Nice.
It was amazing. Loved it.
Yeah. And look at that.
Yeah,
all the people who masturbate to you guys help make that possible.
They did. Actually.
Literally though, they did. Like it's crazy.
For helping support us on our wedding.
This
appreciate it.
Honestly, this wedding would not have been possible if it wasn't for porn. Literally, like
straight up.
I know it's amazing what it can do. And some people really hate on.
We were able to
industry.
buy our first home.
And this whole era of creators taking off. It's funny. It's like, and I've had a bunch of different creators on the show, and it feels like I'm listening to like a Shark Tank success story because everybody's story is so unique, and so different. And like, I came from this era of porn where there was really only one way to make it. You know what I mean? And like, you would just kind of get bored hearing that, and that doesn't mean it wasn't easy. It wasn't like, just everybody kind of had the same story, and now like everybody who comes on here that's like didn't come from the studio world has such a unique story.
Yeah.
And yeah, it always feels like a happy Shark Tank story.
Yeah. I never would have thought of myself being here back
But you're
in
not
the
pitching
day.
anything.
Never in a million years,
Right?
honestly.
Recently we were able to help a family member out of a huge amount of debt and just gift them money and just not worry about it and just be you take care of yourself.
And you're doing what you love.
Holy shit.
We're doing what we love.
Literally, you're doing who you love.
Exactly, yeah. We also donate to charity a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Every
That's
Pride
great.
we have a
we just did our charity stream.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
We do gaming.
What charity do you raise for?
This year is the Human Rights Campaign.
Oh.
But we've done Outright International, the
Trans
Trevor
Lifeline.
Project, Trans Lifeline. Yeah,
That is
we do.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really big on doing a donation stream every Pride month.
Yeah.
So in June every year we host a charity stream, which is
It's
on
like-
Twitch.
Yeah, we, we play
You've
Warzone,
heard of
yeah.
Twitch?
I keep telling myself I need to get on Twitch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you
maybe
do.
you guys I can teach you a little about making movies.
Yeah, there you
Teach me how
go.
to
With pleasure.
get on Twitch.
With pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking about saying it before, so I want to just put it out there that I was maybe envious or proud that you guys really appeal to the lesbian
Oh,
and queer community.
thank you.
And
Thank
these are the people who actually watch your movies. And I will say, I have directed a lot of girl porn.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, I've been in some girl porn also. And I have to say, my least favorite kind of person in the universe is the man that only watches girl porn. They are the worst to me as a porn consumer. There used to be this one guy, because I didn't do that many girl movies, and they were always my least popular movies. So when I would do a convention, I know I'm so old, I'm from the era of bringing DVDs to conventions.
I've seen you on DVDs at my local
exactly.
sex shop, and I've also seen Small Hands.
So when I would go to a convention, I would pick out which my most popular DVDs were,
Right.
and I'd always bring them, and it was, it would almost always not be the girl ones, and then sometimes I would just bring a few copies of one, just in case, and there would always just be this one guy, and he would always come up to me and just be like, "Do you have any girl movies?" And I'm like, "Well, you have the one, and I'm like, "I don't have any more," and then he'd be like, "Why don't you make any more?"
I do.
Anyway, yeah, but the notes I would get. So when I was directing girl movies, I wasn't in most of them. The comments and the notes and the page-long emails I would get from these men who didn't think I did it right, telling me how lesbians are supposed to fuck. But here was what I realized: they are
That
not.
enrages me.
Yeah, oh yeah, I need to show you some of these.
Actually, please
I'll
don't.
actually show you where they
I will
are.
hate men even more.
I'll wrap it up soon. I thought that's what you were telling me.
No, you just started whispering into the mic.
Oh, that's right. I thought you were going like that. But
what do you want me to look up?
What? Oh no, you don't have to. Oh, you know what? You don't have to pull it up now. It's okay. But these men are the worst people on earth, and they would write novels to me or in the comment section. Like my last year of directing, I was directing for this one studio, and I was directing a lot of girl stuff, and they were just every day there was this handful of guys that just hated every lesbian porn that I made, and writing novels of what it was supposed to look like and what I did wrong, telling the company
Telling
to
the woman
fire me.
director.
Yeah, telling the woman director who But what I
makes my blood
realized,
boil, man.
men that there is a certain porn consumer, and they are men who only watch girl porn. That's it. They won't watch anything with a penis in it. They won't even. I remember one guy wanted me fired from this company because I don't know. There was a photograph of a guy on the wall because it was supposed to be oh, my boyfriend's away, so I'm fucking this girl. So we had a picture of a guy. He's like, I don't, and you could kind of see it in the background. He was like, I don't want. They believe they want to live in this universe where men aren't there because then they don't have competition, or you know what I mean. That's the fantasy. The fantasy is not two girls fucking. It's just them existing in a world with no men except them. Does that make any sense?
Oh, absolutely.
So it's not
Unfortunately.
actually about being a lesbian, you know? Like I started to really understand that it's
So they're
like
really watching for egotistical purposes.
it is, yes. They're the worst kind of person.
So I
the
wanna-
worst porn consumer. And they always hated me because they don't like
It's 'cause of your
they don't like
tattoos.
dominant women. They don't like, you know what I mean? They don't like women who are in
Women
charge
in
of
power,
anything.
yeah.
They don't like
Right.
that at all. They don't like that at all. They always liked the most natural looking, young looking girls. They don't like it. I don't know. They had a list of things they liked
So-
or they didn't like, and they were always telling me what real lesbian sex was and what. And I'm
No,
like,
fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah, yeah, I
Like,
know,
to
and
the
it was
furthest
just
degree.
always really, really funny to
So
me.
we've
but yeah.
successfully scared off most men from our content. I would say that
I
the
love
majority,
that.
the
I love
majority,
that.
honestly, I'm not even exaggerating. Our statistics show that we have more than 70% of our viewers are women, which is super freaking rare.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the reason for that is because there is actually so much love and emotion and real passion in our content. Men don't want to see that. You know, they're just
Yeah.
like, fuck that. I don't want to
So
see
the
like the real
rare
love. Like,
men,
don't make
or
me
like,
confront my feelings.
couples.
And we're very vulnerable, like with each other and stuff. And I think that is a huge part of why we've successfully scared them away from our content. Like literally, if you look at our OnlyFans and we just go through the comments, it's all like Vanessa, Chelsea,
That's awesome.
Abby. Like it's
Yeah.
all women. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Men don't even comment on our stuff because they're scared they're gonna like get like bombarded by a bunch of angry lesbians. Be like, the fuck are you doing here? Like, it's not for you.
And yeah, so
And I love it. I
and
wouldn't
that
have
is
it any other
that,
way.
that was the majority of like lesbian porn that was made before. It was for this very which I didn't really understand till the end. I'm like, okay, I get it. These are this certain kind of man that are like obsessed with lesbian porn in this weird way,
Yeah.
where they're just mad that men exist because then it's almost like do you know what I mean? It's such a
Absolutely.
weird anyway.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I would know that when I would have friends in the industry that only did girl for a while, and then they would start doing boy girl. The notes and like messages they would get from their fans, because all their fans was this kind of guy, like they just did something so awful. And it wasn't because like I thought it would come from a place of like, I thought you were gay, like I'm so disappointed, blah blah blah. You know, why a man would care about that, I don't really know, but I thought that was where it came from. But no, it was almost like you were this doll of mine and now you're not mine anymore.
You know,
like
we also get
you
men.
know what I mean? It's
we also
weird.
we also get men
like
trying to tell us
like
how
coming
to
from
fuck.
a
I'm like,
purity, yeah.
like they're like, you know, you should put more like I really want to see like clit to clit, and I want to see like this close up, and I want to see the juices, and like why don't you have your nails a little bit longer, and why don't you like
Why
do
don't you
yourself
trip
up
ass
more?
to ass?
Oh,
And I'm like, get
Ass
the
to
fuck
ass
out of
to
here!
ass.
Like, and then obviously we get the weirdos that are like, well, when are you gonna include a dude? And I'm like,
no, well that's You're like,
not-
a what? What did you say?
like that's really not how gay
What
works.
did you call that? Yeah. Have either of you ever had sex with a man?
In the past, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
In the
I didn't
past-
know
in
if
the
either
past-
of you were, what do they call it?
I
Gold
started-
star? Okay.
no,
You were, yeah.
started
I
straight and then realized through high school and college that women were the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Same with me. I tried to deny my real sexuality for so long. I tried to be straight for the world to love me for the longest time when I was young and growing up until it was just undeniable. I was like, you know what? I like pussy and that's the way to go. And I'll never stop loving pussy, and pussy is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, and fuck all of y'all. So honestly, so I just, you know, it was kind of like a self-exploration phase, which a lot of queer women have gone through.
Yeah.
You know,
No, definitely.
you try to give into what society
Yeah.
wants you to be
You
to the
try,
best of your
yeah.
ability, just to be loved and accepted and validated, and then reality hits you and you're like, you know what, I can't do
Yeah.
this.
I mean, some people,
You know?
they don't even realize it's an option. You know, I feel like
Exactly.
not as much anymore, but
Yeah. But
they
still,
just don't, you know, but it's just not something they think they can, you know,
Yeah.
but yeah.
absolutely.
Well, I'm so glad you guys are here. This was really fun.
Thank
We'll
you for
definitely
having
need like a
us.
part 2 sometime. You guys have a fascinating story and so many exciting things to come.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'll put in an application, and maybe for next time you guys do threesome.
Ooh. Careful what you wish for.
Cut my nails. I'll get the lesbian.
Only these two.
Yeah, yeah,
Only- as long as
exactly.
these two are
Yeah,
good, you
those
can
two.
keep the
Yeah,
rest.
I know.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Do those two. Yeah. Anyway, so at the end of every episode, we do a haiku. Okay.
Okay.
We do haiku. So we're gonna do one. It can, can be about anything. We like to usually make it about the episode, but it can really be about anything.
So what is that?
A haiku is like a poem, and it's 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you catch that?
No. Did you?
I'll start it.
Okay, you start, yeah.
I wonder, wait, your shirt, what does it say?
I just look straight.
I just look straight. Okay, so that's almost 5 syllables. Okay, hi, I just look straight. Okay, hi, I just look straight. So that would be the first line. So now you have to think of a line that's 7 syllables, but we can help you.
Wait, hi.
Hi, I just look straight. I know, I cheated. I just read off your shirt.
I got one.
Okay.
But then I ate a pussy today.
Wait, but then I ate a pussy. That's 7. But
That
then
works?
I ate a pussy.
Today?
Yeah.
Do you have to add today or no? It's good.
Yeah, you don't have to add
Okay,
today.
but then I ate a
Hi,
pussy.
I just look straight, but then I ate a pussy.
And now what? I have to go for another 7?
5. 5.
Oh, fuck me. Hold on. Give me a sec. I got you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is so cute. Look at this love in the air. You know, for those of you just listening, they're whispering.
You are so
they're
distracting right now.
They're whispering haikus to one another.
Wait. Please hold. Is that 5?
We can trim it.
Okay.
You know, we can fix it. We'll make it 5. We're gonna make it work.
And it tasted amazing.
And it tasted good.
Okay, there we go.
It tasted good. I love that
there we
that's
go.
what you whispered. Like it was like amazing.
I'm not good with on the spot shit, honestly.
Hi, I just look straight, and then I ate a pussy. What was it? And it tasted good.
And it tasted good.
And it tasted good. You know, it's a very straightforward, really great, a really great
poem. That's a
pride,
solid poem.
really great pride poem.
There you go.
Everybody, check out the Jellyfield Girls. Check out their new platform coming soon. Say all of your billions of links, whatever you want to promote right
Go
now.
for it, baby.
So our links are thejellyfieldgirls.com. On OnlyFans, we are The Jellyfield Girls. Soon to launch our own platform, fans.thejellyfieldgirls. Find us on Twitter at @thejfg_, Instagram, The Jellyfield Girls.
Whew. Everybody check them out. Yeah. Thank you so much. That was really fun.
Thank you for having us. This was
Thank
fun.
you.
Yes, it's an
Yes.
honor. Thank you for having
Yeah.
us gaze on your
Yes.
podcast.
Fuck men.
Yeah.
That was really fun.